How to become famous in a small niche in 2020. See you inside. We're going to go through the 5 + 3, 8 steps to become famous in 2020. Number 1, define the magnitude of the desired fame. Do you want to be super famous, like on the cover of tabloids worldwide? Do you want to be on the cover of your local newspaper, national newspaper, on the radio, on TV, on podcasts by huge influencers, or simply a local expert? One that is recognized out when you're eating dinner with your family, or you're going into the dry cleaners and someone says, "Hi Jack, hi Judy, I just noticed you were covered in the local newspaper. Congratulations on the coverage. I'm sure it's great for your practice." You need to get granular in terms of how famous you want to be. And what's critical is number 2 is positioning yourself as the unique, the differentiator, the number 1 person by your unique characteristics. Are you known as the person that's outrageous on local TV commercials? I can think of many, like there was a fellow that used to advertise electronics and he called himself Crazy Eddie. There was a fellow in New York that did this. Then there was somebody out in California, piggybacked on the same craziness. There was a fellow on TV that wore question marks all over his garments, so he stood out like a big question. He was questioning, how are you making money today? There are all sorts of ways to uniquely separate yourself and be the unique solution provider. Third one, and I mentioned this and I've already sort of tipped you off. Differentiate, differentiate, differentiate. Be different. If you do what the herd does, you'll get exactly what the herd gets. If you want to be the alpha female, alpha male, differentiate. Be different. You have to do something. Maybe it's just a small change. For myself, I sat on a crocodile earlier in my branding. I then took video footage on top of elephants. I then used tigers, both small and large. Little cubs all the way to 400-pound males are pretty scary, and my face showed it. So I differentiated myself through the unique usage of wild exotic animals. Sometimes just holding a pup. Sometimes it's petting your cat. It can be anything. In order to differentiate, you have to be different than what everybody else is doing. Number 4, get interviewed in your niche on all platforms. What do I mean by platforms? Do I mean standing on a soapbox and barking about what you do? No. That's the old way. That's what they did at the turn of the century pre-media. Get covered in your newspaper. Get covered in a magazine. Get on a podcast. Number 3, get on the radio stations. Plural. Get on multiple. You can use those logos to raise your credibility in your marketplace. Get covered on a YouTube channel. Start your own YouTube channel. You're going to see sources in the description below how you can do this. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is completely filled out and you meet the criteria for all-star status, all-star profile. Everything is filled out. Get published on blogs. Contribute to blogs. Publish on your LinkedIn. Tweet. Create a subreddit. There are a whole laundry list of things you can do. In my courses, in my private programs for my clients, we go through this in detail, and you have to find the right platform that matches your market. Where is your market? What platform are they engaged in? Which one do they use to find the information? Because of the solution provider that you become is there engaging with them. Number 5, are you a philanthropist? Are you charitable? Do you give free time away to those that are in need? Are you considered somebody that has a generous heart? Or are you a pure taker? It's just out for the money grab. Give and you'll get. Not necessarily immediately, but over time. It's a universal truth. It's a fact that we all live in. Give, you will get. Number 6. This is a bit outrageous. I've never attempted this one. Attempt a world record. This will get you press. There are people that eat a certain amount of hot dogs within an hour or a day, whatever the time frame is. Who's the best dart tosser, dart player? Who is the best at table tennis? What world record could you set for your age? Or do you create the perception of attempting a world record? I have a friend who ran across America. He used press very, very intelligently, because I didn't even know till I researched. There were 300 plus people that had attempted that and did it before him. I thought he was the first. He leveraged the press intelligently and got incredible credibility, made a lot of money by the perception of a world record. It wasn't a real world record because 300 people had already done it before him. But he did it, leveraged the press. So attempt something that's outrageous that nobody else would do. It could be running across America. Could it be running across your state? Make sure you embrace the media because they are hungry for information, hungry to cover people that are different. Number 7, and I don't have experience with this one, but I've observed it, and there are a lot of characteristics to this. Create a goofy or viral video. Do something crazy. I mean, we've all seen some of these SEX tapes. Well, I don't encourage that. I don't invite you to do it unless you're in that niche, and I don't have any clients in that niche. But do something goofy, different. There can be actions you take out in public that are irregular. Take a contrary view to what you've normally taken. Evaluate somebody, critique somebody that's in your category or somebody that is in the press, and create controversy. Ask questions. You don't necessarily have to take a side, but ask questions. Does Donald Trump offend you? Explain. Simple question. If you create a video around that and maybe the recent statement that he made, the recent tweet, you're going to get a response from people. You can potentially go viral by being contrarian. Number 8, create your unique persona. I've created my own brand using exotic animals. Some of my students have embraced using different types of props to associate. There may be somebody who always uses a small dog. There was one speaker I knew, she always took the stage with one of these teacup dogs that was this big. I mean, a tiny little thing that fit in her purse. That was her persona. She created this image. It's a personal brand. And a persona itself can be defined greater in the description area below. So we'll go into how to differentiate using your own persona to stand out. These are the top 8. Make sure you watch the next video for the next 8 on how to differentiate yourself and stand out with your personal brand in 2020. See you in the next video.